Basketball is a mental game. It takes more than talent. It takes more than hard work. Believing you can be great is a great start, but it's only a start. You have to know that you can catch fire and that you are part of a greater whole. That when the time comes, nothing will stand in your way. Nothing will stop you from reaching the next level, breaking the record, getting that degree. But first, it takes supreme focus. This state, this place, is built on history, on the sacrifices of men and women who came before them.
Gets it off at the bar! He ties it up!
The Washington Mystics select Kalia Copper from Rutgers University.
Their stories are written on the court, this weight room, and in these classrooms.
1, 2, 3, dance!
Oh, bring it in.
Let's
All right,
go, fellas.
on 3, dance. 1, 2, 3.
Dance.
Good job. Good job, McGurn. Good job. I love it. I love it. I love it.
These teams, these coaches, their story is still being written in an historic new era for Rutgers athletics, defying all expectations and building for greatness.
Be tuned in.
This is the Rutgers Basketball Story.
You know, I've often said that the only way I could get close enough to competition was to have been a cheerleader in high school, and I really am not that type, that 246A, who do we appreciate? That's not me at all. However, I love this sport, and so I ended up, you know, going out for the cheerleading squad, and so that got me closer to the game, or to the competition. And in particular, I remember a football game, and we had lost. And as my mom and dad were sitting in the living room and having a cup of coffee, and my mom said, "Hey, how did it go?" And you know, I just dropped my head and started crying, and ran upstairs. And my mom would say, "Hey, what's wrong with her? She didn't even play. Why is she crying?" And my dad said that word. He said, "You know, it's just her passion, Thelma. It's just her passion." You know, and I'm so glad that he explained it, because that was what it was. I couldn't explain why I would get so excited. I mean, could hardly sleep, you know, the night before when we would have any level of competition. It can be challenging, but no one ever said that I could do without basketball. You know, it's something that I love, and I'm grateful, because I think that this world is always better off when all of us in different fields, in one way or another, we found our passion, and very clearly sports is my passion.
It was a Big Ten matinee at the Rack as Coach Vivian Stringer and the Scarlet Knights hosted the Spartans of Michigan State, who were coming in off an upset victory over Ohio State. Little did anyone know that this game would need every second to determine the outcome.
I talk about how huge Parker and Sanders have to be.
Rutgers fans know as well, and in this game they both produced in a big way.
Just think about a year ago, they're on the bench watching players like Brianna Canty and Kalia Copper, Tyler Skate, who's sitting out this year, and now it's their show.
And what a show it can be.
And Parker takes advantage with the three.
Now that's a thing that has happened for Rutgers in the last few games. They've suddenly become a three-point shooting team, and that is not their MO. Vivian Stringer doesn't want it to become their MO, doesn't want them to think, hey, now we're a three-point shooting team. They have to be very careful not to settle.
And Rutgers didn't settle here.
The spin and the finish for Jordan Wallace.
The Scarlet Knights pushed the tempo when they had numbers.
Parker against Jankowska. Nice crossover, hangs, and gets the bounce. Sharita Parker with 13.
Thanks to a brilliant first half, Sharita Parker was on her way to a new career high.
Long bounce out to Barber, never hit the rim, so the shot clock is at 6. Now they see it. Parker launches and hits to beat the shot clock.
Parker gave it her all on both ends of the floor in this hard-fought battle against the Spartans, and she had the bumps and bruises to prove it, even heading into the locker room a little bit early before halftime.
Let's see if they can get the stop. 2 seconds. June steps way out and hits it at the buzzer. Aaliyah June to get Rutgers within 5 at the break.
See, Vivian Stringer, who says your team is not a three-point shooting team? My goodness.
Parker would not be denied and returned for the start of the second half as Rutgers tried to erase a 5-point deficit.
Rutgers still scoreless for a long stretch here in the third. And see Vivian Stringer using her second timeout in this quarter and clearly not pleased with the way Khadijah Sanders had set them up in the half court.
And that's the Hall of Famer in her. That's the teacher in her. She immediately saw something that she doesn't like. She knows she has a young basketball team that she's working with.
A young basketball team, but a determined one. A team that continued to play from behind and refused to fold.
And what do you see there? Immediately out of the timeout, who was the focus of that? KK Sanders was the focus of the teaching of C. Vivian Stringer. And what do they do right out of the timeout? Sanders is able to take it to the rim, draw the foul, and get herself to the free throw line.
2 for 2. Drives on Holly and a kick out. Sanders, Parker inside the arc. Gets the bounce, laid dead on the back of the iron and fell through. Air ball, gets it back. Harris at the buzzer, puts it in. And Rutgers is close to within 4 after 3.
The Spartans' lead swelled to 10 before Rutgers roared back with an 11-2 run.
Run the shot clock again down to 9. McCutcheon doubled. Ball knocked loose and taken by Barber. Barber to the rim, and Rutgers now with the lead. Timeout, Michigan State. 44.7 to go. The Scarlet Knights have come back. This next one is big. June will have a chance to make it a 2-possession game with 15.6 to go. And Rutgers with arguably its biggest win of the season over Michigan State.
What a triumph for the Scarlet Knights, who captured their 3rd Big Ten victory of the season and did it in style, trailing by double digits in the 4th quarter before closing with a vengeance.
Wasn't that a proud moment? Yeah. Back and did not blink. That's what it was. That's what it took. My eyes and it took everybody. Right from the beginning. And really, think about it. Every person had to come in and make a difference. Give everything they possibly can. And that's what it's all about, because it's about team. Now, how much do you believe in each other? 100. Hey! How much do we believe in each other? 1, 2, 3.
Road Warriors, one agenda, 16 strong.
Hopefully it's as cool for them as it is for us to have them on board. So we're always happy to answer questions, show anybody around the airplane, the cockpit, how we do things. and so we enjoy that very much. We do quite a few charters, both military and charters of this nature, sports teams, things of that nature. So it's always a thrill for us.
Yeah, I got enough leg room. I can like ride a bike over here. It's a different experience, traveling, getting your own plane. We all have fun traveling.
Traveling is the best part of being part of a basketball team because everyone comes together on the road.
It's all laugh and jokes on the way there, but when we get there, we lock it in, you know. It's gonna be real serious. But you know, they take care of us, man. And like Coach says, you know, when you leave college, it's not gonna be like this unless you're playing professional or something like that. So, you know, we don't take nothing for granted, you know, we're very proud, you know, it's how we living right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. You know, coming where I came from, you know, it wasn't a lot of trips unless you were playing basketball. So, you know, I just appreciate everything that I have, you know, being put up in these nice hotels, you know, flying charters, you know, charter buses, all that thing. You know, just a great feeling because I'm doing what I love to do. I'm in college, you know, and I got people taking care of me. You know, not a lot of people are gonna take care of you in your life. So right now, Rutgers University is taking care of us. So I know that all the guys, you know, are just happy to be here.
Now we're watching K-State. My old stomping ground.
I ain't getting no buckets at the K-State. Yeah, man. Win on three, 1, 2, 3.
Wherever we're playing at, we stay in a hotel pretty close to the arena. Usually like a really nice hotel, and they give us food, 3-4 meals a day, and take us straight to the game. So I mean, it's all a nice experience.
Hosting the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Should be a good one. Stick around. Hoosiers, Scarlet Knights, next from Bloomington.
At the end of the day, you want to play good competition. You want to play great players. See where you stand at the end of the day. It's gonna be a challenge for us, that's for sure. There's a lot of great players and a lot of great teams.
My man B. Knight, of course, the great point guard at Pittsburgh. I asked him earlier how they work out, of course, Pikel and Carl Hobbs with the UConn ties. And then Brandin, the great Pittsburgh guard. I'm like, how you guys get along? And Brandin made it simple, said, Corey, we all reconvened in my state. And just like you're the mayor of Miami, Brandin Knight may be the mayor of New Jersey. He is huge in Jersey.
Coach Knight, you know, he's kind of younger, so, you know, he's easy to relate to. He was a point guard himself, too, so, you know, it's just easy to get along with him.
Brandin Knight, his numbers retired at Pittsburgh.
Coach Knight, intense. You think about Coach Knight, he's very intense. Very funny too, you know, friendly guy. You could talk to him about anything. Going through something, you could text him and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, Coach Knight, one of my favorites.
Coach Knight is the one that recruited me, and he's the one that I feel that's my father here, like one I look up to and one that I always go to when I'm in trouble or anything that somebody just need to talk to.
He was a point guard himself too, so you know it's just easy to get along with him. You know, he has a lot of pride too. He's not really one of those guys that'll yell unless, you know, he's trying to get a point across. So I feel like his coaching scheme is good, and I just love having somebody else as a guard on our coaching staff.
I would like to think I'm a very intense coach. I think I'm a player's type of coach. Try to make sure that everything that I do, that I'm teaching, I would try to put myself in their shoes. How would I receive this message? And I'm just passionate.
Coach Knight he's more, like he's the younger coach, so I mean he's kind of like more like one of us because he just finished playing basketball not too long ago, a few years ago, and he's closer to our age than the rest of them. So I mean I feel like he relates to us, especially for me because I'm a guard. He's the guard coach, so he was probably the first coach that I developed a relationship closely with here, just because I was working out with him every day. But yeah, I learned a lot from him too, especially from him being a point guard. He knows the ins and outs of the position because he's already done it at the level I'm trying to get to. So,
Coach Brandin Knight, one of the best young coaches in the country, so we coach together.
Mike Williams from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a junior.
I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah.
Here he goes. He's gonna tough shot. Outstanding sophomore year, and Mike Williams gets it to go. Just inside the arc. It's a 2.
His 3 off the heel. Mike Williams fighting for it, up and under. That is good.
You know, as a Knight, you feel like, you know, back in the 18th century and stuff like that, Knights is known for having valor, elegance, you know, resilience, and, you know, just being very tough. And, you know, I think that's what it means to be a Scarlet Knight.
Yeah.
Sanders sets up Williams, who's been their best three-point shooter this year.
Johnson slicing in. Williams under the basket once again.
They had 8 different guys on the floor for both teams that have scored. Now that's another one, buddy, too. And the putback, count it, Mike Williams.
When I was 3 years old, my father took me to Reward Playgrounds, and I made my first shot in the 10-foot rim. Man, I guess that's where it all started.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be a good opportunity for me, you know, not far from home. I'm able to get home when I need to, and I'm playing in one of the best leagues in the country. And Rutgers is actually one of the best academic schools in the nation, so I figured why not. You know, we were just playing basketball, but we're playing a different kind of basketball, I guess. You know, Coach Michael came in here with his game plan. We followed it to the T. You know, Coach Young, even though he wants us to be more defensively sound, we're not quite there yet. But you know, that stuff works, and you know, we just gotta make sure we get it down pat.
2-on-2. Williams wide open from the corner. He's got it.
Mike Williams says anything you can do, I can do pretty much exactly the same. 4 players in double figures. Rutgers 8-1 after a 79-37 win.
Points against the Badgers last year, and he's picked up where he left off a year ago.
He's been terrific, really hunting his shot, but patient as he's coming off of ball screens. He's been able to find some wide open three-point opportunities. A perfect 4 for 4 from the three-point line for Mike Williams.
I've always been that kind of guy since I was a freshman, you know. I feel like, you know, you can't let somebody come in here and outwork you. You know, you gotta have some sense of pride. There's a new sense of urgency, and we needed that.
It's here. It's that time of the year. The heart of Big Ten play. For Steve Peichel and his coaching staff, it's a new experience. For Vivian Stringer, it's another season in the toughest conference in the country. This is where leaders are born. This is where teams will be tested and pushed to the limit. It won't be easy, but that's what this is all about. It's what the Big Ten demands, and the Scarlet Knights will be ready for every challenge that comes their way.
Hey, play hard on three, play hard on three, 1, 2, 3, play hard.
Don't miss out on seeing the Scarlet Knights light up the rack during these upcoming home games.